Okay. It's Black Country Radio. It's 16 minutes past 6 o'clock, and we're rapidly running out of time. We've got the news headlines coming up and the final half hour of the show. But first of all, I need to do something which I've been looking forward to all afternoon, and that is to bring on our special guest. This lady has taken TV by storm in such a short space of time, to be honest. She's been around for about 15 years or so. We love what she does on a Friday morning, on This Morning. She pops up all manner of programs, including most recently I Can See Your Voice. And now she's about to embark on an author's career. She's now written a book about her amazing life so far. I can only imagine this is part one of a trilogy. I'm very pleased to say that via Zoom, we've got Alison Hammond. She's here. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
And I've got to say, you look like you're in Birmingham there. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a backdrop of Birmingham. It's a little picture I put in I'm in my kitchen, so I've got a backdrop.
Of course you have.
Places. I've got LA, New York, Birmingham, but I thought, Birmingham.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Birmingham, and
We've heard this rumor, and you can't tell. You can't tell at all. Listen, hello. It's been whilst he's been on this show, and so much has changed for you over the last 2 or 3 years. You're the face of This Morning on a Friday with Dermot. I mean, he must be chuffed to bits to have somebody like you on board.
Oh, do you know what? He is just an absolute dream to work with. But what was weird is the fact that we literally, even though we knew of each other, we didn't know each other. And we were kind of thrust together. I mean, it was just like, do the show. We had no chemistry. And it was like, oh my God, we've got to literally create this chemistry. And what we decided to do was just not pretend, just to be ourselves, make mistakes. And I think we've got to a point now where we really like each other. And, it's like an arranged marriage. We've literally we warmed to each other, and we were like, oh God, this was a good idea, wasn't it?
And it works so well. And you mentioned marriage. Now, listen, I've seen a quote. I think it's from you. I hope it's from you anyway, where you've said, in terms of your book that you've written, which we're going to come to, that you're now an author, you've written a book. All you need now is a husband. Is that true?
All I need is a nice husband who's going to look after me and take care of me.
Come on. There must be a queue.
No, there isn't. I don't know. I think maybe I'm a little bit complicated. I'm too busy, and men just don't love me.
Oh, no, don't start. Don't please make me well up. And we haven't got any tissues around here. Look, you are amazing. Someone's going to marry you. If I wasn't married, Alison.
Maybe I'm a little bit too fussy, aren't I? I am a little bit fussy. And, with all this amazingness, comes a negative side of not seeing me.
That sounds like the perfect marriage to me.
So you need someone who's kind of confident and like secure in themselves and can just take me in small doses.
Oh, there's someone out there for you. There is. And I don't want to dwell on it, but we've known each other a very long time. And I think despite everything, you're not married. Who cares about that? You've got a wonderful son. You've got everything. You've got a great career, I
haven't got the body like you though, Matt, but you know what? You can't have everything, can you? You can't have everything. And you know what?
No, I disagree.
The thing is, this body has been amazing. It's climbed the Atlas Mountains. It's given me a child. It's done incredible things. So I am really grateful that I'm still here. I'm 46 years old, ticking over. Been to the doctors. He says I'm doing well, apart from the fact I weigh quite heavy.
No.
I'm doing all right.
It doesn't matter about any of that. You look beautiful. You come across so well on the TV as well. And before we get to the book, let me just talk about I Can See Your Voice. Because, by the way, congratulations on that. I need to do this because I absolutely love that program. I need to give you one of these. If you can get one of those. There we go. Yay. That's enough of that. Enough of that.
As soon as I heard the premise of it, I always think when something is simple, no big deal, find the good singer, find the bad singer. That's literally the premise of the show. I just thought when something is simple and good, those are the best shows. It doesn't have to be complicated. And people love it. Like they really want to guess who can sing, because sometimes you think you've got it down. And these guys really want to win the money, and they practice and practice and practice to get their lip syncing perfect. So it's a great show. I think it's something that we've needed in this COVID time. Good family entertainment. Jimmy's little quips just go over the kids' heads. Adults love it, and I'm just having a laugh. The only thing I'll probably say about myself is I need to close my legs next series. I need to sort out the chairs, because I get too comfortable. I forget that I'm on the telly and I'm just opening my legs the whole time. That's the only take a leaf out of Amanda's book.
That is the quote of the day. That is fantastic. Do you know what though? You make the contestants laugh as well, which is lovely to see, because we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously. But the contestants who are singing, or not, as the case may be, they are those who can't sing. They have got some guts.
Yes,
haven't they? And you make them feel so at ease and so special anyway. It's amazing. Well, the thing
is, it's not like they're singing like a little tiny bit of the song. They've got a full like little verse and chorus to get through.
I know.
When they're bad, it's a lot to have to sit through. But sometimes I actually think they're better than the good singers. They make me laugh. And
it's a fantastic show. You're so good on it. And do you know what? I placed to your strengths as well. And you've got some great people around you. Jimmy Carr. I mean, what a legend. Working alongside Jimmy. What's that like?
Do you know what? He genuinely is one of the cleverest men I've ever come across. He's just so quick, off the cuff. He just makes me laugh. And at first I was thinking, I don't know if this is going to work, me and him. In fact, if you think about me, Jimmy, Paddy and Amanda Holden, you just wouldn't put those people together. Yet somebody saw us and thought, this would be a good idea. And it really is. We get on so well. We genuinely are laughing the whole time, off camera, on camera. Those shows stretch over like 3 hours because we're just, they have to literally cut them down because they're so funny. And Jimmy's got so much to say. He says so much more than what they show in the program. So yeah, it's so good, honestly.
I'm sure there'll be some outtakes somewhere.
Yeah, I would love to get hold of them. Yeah.
After dark or something like that. That'd be brilliant.
It's mainly me with my legs open, and Amanda does it as well. We're going to change the chairs next time, I think.
Or don't bother. So let's bring you right up to date, because you've written a book. This news that you've written a book.
I'm doing 12 chapters. I'm at 9 at the minute. I haven't written the book yet.
Finished it off. Okay.
I haven't written all of it yet.
Does it end with this interview?
It ends with, you're already in the book, babe. There's a lot about you, but I'll change your name.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. So, but 46 years, and don't take this the wrong way. I mean, you've crammed a lot into 46 years. Is this the beginning of, is it an autobiography? Is it the beginning? Is it part one? Where are we going with this?
Well, I just thought I'd do memoirs, because you can put lots of pictures in memoirs, can't you? And I can put all the celebrity pictures in memoirs. And also, it's a little bit of a tribute to my mum, because the whole of this started purely because of my mum. She was the one who suggested that I went and tottered off to the Central Television Workshop. And she was the one who kind of pushed me really in a direction that I didn't really want to go. And a lot of people only know me from Big Brother. So you're going to get to know the full picture about my family, about how it all began and some of the things I got up to. And it's a lovely tribute to my mum, actually, really quite beautiful. And I've loved writing it. It's been lovely. Cathartic. They all say that, don't they? It's been very cathartic, but it genuinely has, actually.
And are they your words, or have you got a ghostwriter?
No, I've got a ghostwriter because I just haven't got the time to sit down. But I'm very, hands-on. So she interviews me and I speak about my life and I tell her the stories. Then she goes away, she writes it, comes back to me, and I'll edit it and I'll change something and I'll put that there. So I'm very hands-on. So it is, of course, I'm writing it. However, I've got a little bit of help, and I've got a ghostwriter who just helps me out, which is just brilliant. I
wouldn't know where to start if I was writing a book like that, because the temptation is to cram so much in. You'd have to have a book that big, wouldn't you, to try and cram everything you want to put in.
Should I give you a little sneaky peek of how I start the book?
Yes, please.
5th of February 1975, my big black naked ass bounced into this world. Boom. What do you reckon?
That's amazing. That's exactly how my book starts. That's amazing. That's uncanny, actually. But and do you know what? I love the fact that you're not afraid to tell it how it is. Your personality is going to come through this book, I imagine, just as it does on screen as well.
Literally, I'll read it and I'm laughing my head off. It's brilliant. It's literally me on a page. You will feel like you're talking to me.
And will there be an audio version?
Sorry?
Will there be an audio version?
I'm just thinking about that because it's a lot of time, isn't it, to go and sit down and do an audio. I think there will be an audio version.
Please.
A lot of people don't like reading, do they? They like to read on the go, or they haven't got the time. So I think there will be an audio, and it'll be my voice, which will be. I'm not going to hire someone in.
I think that'd be lovely. Well, you don't want somebody else. You want your voice, And I listen to audiobooks in the car
because I'll be laughing at my own words.
And you have got that infectious laugh as well, which a lot of people know you for. To talk about this morning then, because obviously that's your big thing at the moment. Are you having as much fun as you appear to have?
We could have more fun, if I'm honest with you. If it wasn't for COVID holding us back, not having guests in the studio, obviously we've come into this at a really tough time in the sense of, we've got no guests. We're talking to people on Zoom. We can't touch each other. We can't sit next to each other. Me and Dermot haven't even been out for a meal yet. Do you know what I mean? So, we've come in at a really boring time. So what's exciting is it's just going to get better and better and better. Next week, we can have 8 guests in the studio. And I was like, really? Wow. We can have 8 people on screen in the studio. So it's just slowly getting better and better. One day we'll be able to sit next to each other. One day I'll be able to touch the O'Leary, which is great. So yeah, we're excited. But I've just been told we're not actually allowed to hug on camera.
Oh no, that's a shame. I assume that you're tested and everything before you go in the studio.
Yeah, well, I had a test yesterday. I've got another test today actually because I might be flying away somewhere on Monday. So I've got a PCR test today. So yeah, I've been tested and my nose is a little bit sore today for the amount of tests that I've been going through. But it's what we have to do, isn't it? To
it is
get through this.
This book comes out in October. Yeah. What's the title?
Called You Gotta Laugh. You gotta laugh, babes. It should be.
And you absolutely have to laugh as well.
Hammond.
You must be really excited because this is a completely different departure for you. Have you got any plans for further books?
Yeah, there is another 2 books. I'm going to do a fiction book, and I'm also going to be doing a book for 8 to 12-year-olds, and it's called Black in Time, where we look at Black historic figures who have been amazing, but we also look at Black figures of nowadays, like your Lenny Henrys, your Floella Benjamins, who have done amazing. Yeah. I'm going to put it in a book, make it like accessible to kids, because I'm really a kid at heart, aren't I, babes?
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Really excited. That's one of my biggest excitements about it, because I always, when I did that back in time, when I did Back to School for ITV, I wanted that to go into schools. I wanted that. Literally, so many schools contacted me and said, "Oh my God, we showed this to our kids in schools," which was brilliant. So to have this book, which will be able to go into schools and to kids to be able to enjoy, and it's going to be really fun and friendly. I'm just really excited by it.
Because you had to do a lot of research for that documentary, didn't you? Stuff that you didn't know about before, and that came across really well. So you were educated as well by that.
I was, and what's so great is I'm just going to use all that research and put it in the book. Then I don't have to do anything.
That's fantastic. Do you know what? You've got the easiest life in the world. Everyone else does things for you. Take the credit. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best thing. Listen, we've run out of time. The book comes out in October. It's your first opportunity to show the world how clever you are at writing, as well as you are at TV presenting as well.
Remember, I've got a little bit of help with my ghostwriter.
Oh, your name's on the front.
I just give her the stories.
Of course you do.
Stories.
And we're going to love reading all about those as well. We look forward to everything else you're doing. Continued success with I Can See Your Voice. But absolutely loving that program. Keep that going. Don't let it get cancelled. They keep doing this. They cancel stuff. Don't cancel that.
I hope not. Hopefully, fingers crossed, second series. Everyone needs to, cross their fingers. You never know.
Listen, thank you very much for joining me. We have got to go. It's 6:30. But listen, all the best and good luck with that book.
See you later, Matt.
See you soon. Thanks, Ali. Thank you. There we go. Alison Hammond on the radio for you. So such a lovely lady, isn't she? Every success to her. Right. It's now 6:30. Time for the news.